Welcome back to Grow Joyfully Home and Garden. Well, it's been several days since I've made a video. I've been very busy with my family, but today I want to get out in the garden because the days are numbered. We're going to have our first frost coming up maybe in about a week and a day. Last night we thought that there was perhaps going to be a frost, so I came out and covered a lot of my tomatoes, and now I have to go and cover them. But I wanted to get out here and enjoy the garden just as much as I can. The brassicas are really loving the cooler weather. But boy, do I have some sort of bug eating these up. I'm going to try to get out here and spray them with neem oil or something if I get the time. But that's the problem, isn't it? Trying to get the time. I've got to go over here and uncover my tomatoes. My husband took in a pot of tomatoes into the new greenhouse last night, and these I just sat here in the pavilion so they would at least have cover. So today I'm going to move them over to the new greenhouse. And there we go. They're all uncovered for today. They're going to get some more sunshine. It's going to warm up to be in the high 60s or 70s. And I'm excited that they'll get some more sunshine and be able to grow more. So I've got to go out into the pasture garden and uncover those. Things still look good. Everything looks like it's just late summer. But pretty soon, when we get that first frost, things will change dramatically. Time to go out to the pasture garden and uncover those tomatoes. I'm feeding my beautiful little girls this morning. They are so hungry as usual. Well, I think we figured out we have another little silky rooster. He's out here crowing and it's quite hysterical. So we're going to try to catch him and put him with the other rooster. I definitely have a jacket on this morning, and I can see my poor tomatoes shivering. I didn't have enough sheets to cover everything. So I'm going to do a lot of harvesting today, even if they're just slightly starting to blush and turn colors. But first, I have to uncover these. We still have the corn stalks up, I think just for ambiance more than anything. They didn't sell down at the farm stand, so there was no need to cut more. So we're just letting the kids run through them and enjoy them. We'll get them down eventually. The first one I'm going to uncover is my beautiful orange jazz. I really didn't want to lose all of my zucchini, so I covered over 2 of them here, just in case. Look how many more tomatoes I have. There's so many green ones. Oh, this is huge. More yellow oxheart. I don't know if I should take them in yet. Although it didn't actually freeze, it got down pretty low. Supposedly only about 42, but still, they're awfully cold. I'm going to pick as many as I can. This is the pineapple tomato plant. I covered up the first row the most because I think I have the most big tomatoes on this one. So now it's time to get it uncovered. Can you see the glistening there on the sheet? That looks like a light frost to me. This makes me very anxious. There are more beautiful cucumbers that have grown in the 3 days since I've been out here. So I've got to get these picked, and yesterday I made 6 quarts of pickles. So I've probably put away about 20 quarts of pickles this year. My daughter is kindly feeding the chickens for me. The tomatoes are all uncovered, and now it's time to harvest. And I'm going to start right here with the orange jazz. I harvested more comfrey leaves to put away for the winter too. Look at these orange jazz tomatoes. I couldn't let them just freeze and go bad. I had to bring them in. This one is hardly even starting to blush, but it's huge and it's beautiful, and I'm bringing it in the house so it can ripen up on the counter. Wow, look at these San Marzano. I suppose that's the size they're supposed to be normally, but this is the best and biggest I've ever seen them grow. I haven't grown them all that much, so I don't have that much experience with them, but I am very impressed with these, and I do not want them to freeze. There's some green zebras that are ready. Here's some green zebra tomatoes ready. There's quite a few more. I'm just going to take anything in that has the slightest blush and let them ripen on the table. I can't just let them freeze. The watermelon tomato did not do much of anything all summer. Then all of a sudden, it's got 3 or 4 that are ripe. You can try to harvest your tomatoes after it freezes, but I don't think you'll have a happy experience. It does affect the tomato, the flesh, and then they get all smushy. So I recommend highly that you go out and pick your tomatoes before there's going to be a frost. You can try, like I have, to cover them up and keep the tomato plants going for a few days more. But I think in the end we're just going to have to give up and bring in all the tomatoes we want to keep for that year. Find a table that you can put them on and let them try to ripen up. I have tried to wrap them in paper bags and put them away and use them gradually without great success. Now my brother, he will pull up the plants and take them into his shop and try to harvest them as much as he can for as long as he can. So that might be a good way to go. My daughter is picking the zucchinis to help me out, but we're finding a lot of tomatoes. Here's another Dr. Wyche's. They're so beautiful. I mean, I just love my garden. It is so hard this time of the year to see it growing green and nice still, but any minute it's going to be gone, and that's hard for me. How do you feel about your garden and the first frost when you start to lose it? I focus on my garden a lot, as you can tell, and it brings me a lot of happiness. So I'm going to have to shift my focus and work on other things, maybe some crafts, some recipes in the house, decluttering, things like that that are not nearly as fun. I've spent many years decluttering, doing dishes, taking care of the house. But being out here in the garden really frees me. And I just enjoy being out in the fresh air and being around my chickens and being around nature. So I hope you can handle the upcoming change and that you're doing well with your gardens. I hope you guys have a very, very lovely day, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.